Hello and welcome to the show Wicklow Good News with me, Gillian Gottsell. Today I am very honoured to have the founder and CEO of the Irish Horse Welfare Trust talking to me today. It's Sharon Power. Welcome to the show, Sharon.
Hi Gillian, thanks for having me.
You're very good. Now you're the founder. You founded this equine charity 20 years ago, if I'm right. And there wasn't any charity or lobby group for equines in Ireland at that stage.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just me. There was a number of us that founded the charity. I was just one of the founders. But no, at that time, there were no horse charities in Ireland and very little capacity for any of the rescue organisations around the country to deal with horses. So it kind of developed out of a need for a facility to be dedicated to horses and rehabilitation of rescued horses and a rehoming centre. So it kind of grew from that. And I suppose we rented for a long number of years. We rented 3 different premises in County Wicklow. And eventually then in 2007, we had a capital appeal to try and raise money towards a mortgage to buy the farm in Wooden Bridge, where we are currently. And we have about 65 equines there on site and about 250 out in homes as well, lone homes all around the country. But I mean, we struggle all the time, like all charities, to keep our bills paid. And in particular, we have a struggle with our mortgage because we do have a €500,000 mortgage remaining on our property, which is a huge burden. And that's on top of all the other costs, staff costs, feed costs, insurance costs, all the other vehicle costs, farrier, veterinary, all the standard costs that we have as well. So it's an ongoing struggle all the time, but I suppose now with COVID, it's put extra pressure on because everybody's under pressure. All charities, businesses, everybody, all individuals are under pressure. And so unfortunately, we have seen a decrease in donations already, which is concerning. More concerning than that is our fundraising capacity this year. For example, our golf event in September, which is hugely important to us every year. Will it go ahead? Will we be able to run it? At the moment, it's looking unlikely. How will we make up that money that we normally raise from that event? It makes for a very uncertain future. I know we're not the only ones in this boat, but it's worrying when you have so many animals depending on you. So that's kind of the position we're in at the moment. So we launched the €5 a month appeal last 2 weeks ago, and we've had a good response to it, and we just feel that the more people that we can get to sign up for that, it's a small amount, and hopefully all horse lovers and animal lovers will think about whether they can contribute to it, which would mean a lot to us and help us a lot. It can be done through our Facebook page, it can be done through our website as well under the donate section. You can use a PayPal, you can use a card to sign up for it, or you can request a form. We have forms available as well for a standing order form, which we can post out, and people can set up a standing order with their bank for €5 a month.
It's brilliant, and it's a small amount because you recognise that everybody's feeling the pinch, humans, but then say the knock-on effect with the horses and the whole horse industry. It's from top to bottom. It's been knocked.
Yeah. I mean, for example, we would always annually have problems with coping with numbers of neglected animals. But when you have a crisis like we had back in 2008, where you have people losing their jobs, such as the current situation, and they're not able to afford to keep horses, are very expensive animals to keep and very expensive to feed in the winter. And so that, raises the percentage of animals that are abandoned as well. And then once they're abandoned, they become neglected and can get injured, and that's when we face all kinds of situations which cost a lot of money and time and resources to deal with.
So right now your worry is that with the financial recession that's coming here, it will negatively affect horse ownership, and people may abandon their animals.
Well, I think it's a high possibility that the numbers of abandoned animals will increase this year, simply because people won't probably have money to look after them or pay for them. And unfortunately, there's always irresponsible owners who will decide that the easiest option is just to abandon them. There'll also be genuine cases, like there always are genuine cases where people genuinely have run into difficulty and can't afford to buy fodder, which, you know, can be very expensive in the winter. So there's that, you know, stress already there. And then I suppose ourselves then, with our fundraising capacity going to be decreased, all in all, it's a worrying situation.
Yeah. So what you're looking for then is a £5 a month, which
Yeah.
for any horse lover out there, just to commit. And then also it means that the charity then has a regular base of income.
Yeah.
£5. So it's not, you don't want 200, well, if you have 200, lovely, but a £5 a month, people can make a big difference.
Yes, exactly.
To the farm is in Wooden Bridge, and just let me run through some of the things you do, as well as the rehoming and the rescuing, education and retraining. Maybe touch on those as well.
Yeah, well, we're involved in education for a number of years with various outreach projects, and we have an education course which we developed with Race and Horse Racing Ireland to help educate people in the foundation, at a foundation level, in the horse care and welfare. So we have that, and we have we also take in retired racehorses for rehoming, retraining and rehoming, and that would be specifically for horses that have raced and have now finished their racing career and have a good temperament and are sound and have a future life as a riding horse or as an eventing horse. So, I mean, the numbers that we deal with on an annual basis are small enough, but because in Ireland, in comparison to the UK, we don't have a huge market, if you'd like to call it that, for riders of ex-race horses. But we also try and promote ex-race horses for equestrianism. So we have, we're affected by COVID this year. We can't run our show series, which runs over the summer, which is sponsored by Tattersalls, which, you know, gives riders of ex-race horses a competition that they can take part in every summer with a final. And we've had to cancel that this year as well. Obviously, all events are cancelled, so that's cancelled as well. So there's lots of actual knock-on effects.
Exactly. I think as we go on, we'll realize how many different areas. I mean, we know first of all about, you know, the virus, the lockdown, the healthcare workers, the supply chain, all these things. Now we're hitting, well, the recession, the pandemic payment, all that type of stuff. But then other things, as you say, with horses, all the events are stopped. So people are producing horses to compete either in racing or eventing this year, and they just can't do it. So it turns. I mean, the reason for having a horse is that you go to events, pretty much. I mean, you can be a happy hacker, but many people have horses to compete.
And there's also a whole horse breeding industry in Ireland, and a lot of the foals bred this year they were planned last year for a market this year, which will probably be affected. So look, it's going to affect everybody, and you know, we have, obviously, we're all grateful to our healthcare workers and everybody who's out there, you know, keeping everything going. But so people in animal welfare have to keep going as well. And in Wicklow, you know, we actually in County Wicklow, we have ourselves, with Wicklow SPCA, we've other animal welfare groups in Wicklow. I mean, as a county, we actually perform very well in terms of animal rescue, rehabilitation and rehoming, with a couple of different centres around the county. But very often animal welfare will fall to the bottom of the pile, because obviously there's great human charities out there too that everybody's trying to raise money to keep their operations going. So, but just very often animal welfare will, you know, fall to the bottom of people's list of what's important in a time like this. So we're just trying to remind people that, you know, basically animals have no way of speaking for themselves. They depend on us to provide them with their needs, and if they're in a bad situation where they've been abused or neglected or starved or whatever, somebody has to intervene and you know, act on their behalf and help them in that situation. So it is an essential service, albeit not a human service.
Well, I think you put it the nail on the head there. Animals can't speak for themselves. You have to speak for them. So, wow. Well, Sharon, thank you very much for your time today. We'll put the call out to the good people of Wicklow and beyond, but looking for a £5 a month and to go on to the Irish Horse Welfare Trust, the ihwt.ie website or the Facebook page, and pledge a £5 a month to keep your good work going.
Thanks, Jill.
Brilliant. Thank you so much indeed, Sharon. Sharon Parr, the founder and CEO of the IHWT. Thank you also to Marlena Murphy producing and Gavin Dad on sound. It's all for this show of Wicklow Good News. Be good, be safe, and keep on helping others. Until next time.